first off start off by saying that I am a representative of 1,350 employees in Desert Sands, the certificated staff. My job is to represent their voices, and that's what I've been elected to do. I don't have any personal agenda, any hidden agenda on anything. I seek out the information from the members that I am here to represent, and whatever that information ends up being, that's what I end up presenting. So that's the information that I'm going to share with you tonight. Last Thursday was the first that I heard that there was going to be this proposal of combining the two cohorts and allowing them to come 4 days a week. And I was first asked, what are your initial thoughts on that? And my response was that I didn't know, because I hadn't heard. I didn't know that this was being considered, and so our educators didn't reach out to me. So we talked about it a little bit more, and there was a staff letter that went out on Friday, and I knew that that would solicit input, and I would get more information on how best to represent the certificated staff. And that absolutely did happen. There was no intention to send out a survey to our staff, because I thought that we would get the feedback that we wanted from the staff letter that was sent out. Well, we had a general meeting on Friday. There were 229 people there to talk about our contract negotiations. And at that meeting, I said, no, we're not going to send out a survey, because you have this letter now, and please submit your comments to the board, and then CC me so I have an idea of how best to represent you. And they are the ones that asked for a survey to be sent out. So yesterday around 11 in the morning, I sent out a survey. It was 2 questions. The first question was, do you support 4 days a week blending the cohorts, or do you not? The second question was, if you don't, then please select the reasons why, and you can select as many as you want. I made both of those questions required, and so it didn't allow anybody to respond yes and then submit. People emailed me right away. I fixed that within 30 minutes, and now anybody can select yes and submit. So from the time that the survey went out, the trend has always been 2/3 no, 1/3 yes. When I left my house this evening to come to this meeting, we had 859 responses, which is well over half of our membership of 1,350. And still, it's 2/3 no, 1/3 yes. The reasons that they do not support it have absolutely nothing to do with not wanting students on campus, not wanting to provide educational opportunities, wanting to stay home for whatever reason. It has nothing to do with that. It has a lot to do with, and I'll tell you the reasons that came in the order that they were selected, and people could select multiple reasons. Their very first reason was that they are exhausted. They've done the impossible. They've had to change so many times for a short amount of time left in the school year to make one more change. If you think about it, elementary changed to hybrid 1 month ago yesterday. They've been in it for 1 month. They finally feel like they've got some kind of pattern down. As Mrs. Stolzoff mentioned, they appreciate the smaller groups, and they're able to do more with those small groups 2 days a week than they would with all of the students back, because also, as she mentioned, there's no rotation stations or students working on their own. The teacher has to be the source of engagement 100% of the time. The teacher wouldn't be able to work with small groups on improving their skills. The second most popular reason for not supporting it is because they don't feel that they can fit all of their students in the classroom. And I've had a lot of feedback on that. I don't know if the calculations are based on taking the square footage of a classroom and dividing it by 3 feet, maybe not taking into consideration bookcases and cabinets. I don't know how the calculation was done. But I've had several teachers contact me saying, I know with my 2 cohorts being together, I know that they wouldn't fit in my classroom. So those are the things that came up. Again, I'm not even in the classroom, as you all know. I don't have a hidden agenda. I represent the feedback that is given to me, and that's what I have to do, and that's the information that I'm giving you tonight. We feel that with the current MOU that we have in place that was agreed on in October, that language spells out that instruction is going to be provided in 2 cohorts of students. And so if the vote is taken tonight and passed, we wouldn't have any choice except to file a grievance on that because it violates the current MOU. We're definitely open to negotiations, and we want to have that conversation, but we feel that it wouldn't be able to be unilaterally passed without having that conversation ahead of time and that back and forth negotiation. Thank you.